Hello everyone, welcome back to the second circle, a Helltaker Fangame. Let's go ahead and continue. So let's see, last time we went with Judgment. Who else is next? Let's see. We did Panmonica, we haven't done Modius or Cerberus. Went with the sisters already, Zazzle 2, Justice 2, so I guess these three are the remaining. So we just Modius, Cerberus, and then Lucifer. So let's see, let's just do them and left to right. Let's go, Modius. In the wake of your last day with Modius, and her confession therein, you've been forced to look for inspiration for your next date in an unconventional place. A yawn overtakes you as you adjust the way you are sitting up in bed. You've been this way for some time now, with copious pillows stacked at your back, and the book Tango Beneath Moonlight is resting on your lap. There are only a few pages left until the end of the book, so you simply can't bring yourself to stop now. And yet, you've been reading for so long that you're certain you should at least try to get some sleep. Just as a thought occurs to you, however, you hear a knock at your door. Hey, Taker! It's time to get up already. With a sigh, you roll out the covers and pull back the curtains. Morning sunlight pours into your room at once and you realize that you spent all night reading. You attempt to shake out the drowsiness just long enough to answer the door. Yeah, sorry. I'm up. Good. It isn't like you to sleep in. See that it doesn't happen again, okay? Right. Lucifer strides off down the hallway and toward the kitchen while you retreat back into your room. You eye the open book sitting catwampus atop your covers and decide that it's best if you finish it later lest you learn the wrath of the Queen of Hell. With that in mind, you decide to get ready for the day and make your way down to breakfast. When you arrive, you see that Panmonica and Modius are there as well. They are making light conversation with one another, but you are too preoccupied with your own thoughts to participate. That book you snagged from Modius, with her permission of course, has given you many ideas, enough to formulate a plan for your next date. A plan that you hope to put into action this afternoon. Suddenly excited by the prospect, you scarf down your breakfast and excuse yourself from the table. Where are you off to? Yeah, you seem to be in a bit of a hurry today, Taker. You turn toward the woman, shooting a meaningful glance at the latter. Modius at once seems to understand the cause of her excitement and blushes. I've got some errands to run today. How very pedestrian of you, Taker. Where are you off to, if I may ask? The mall? Why? Well, I have some things I've been meaning to pick up, but if you don't mind getting them for me, I'd be grateful. Sure, that shouldn't be a problem. Did somebody say mall? With a raspy laugh, Zadron enters the kitchen through a curtain of smoke. Panmonica waves the smog away from her face with a grimace. Zadrada, how many times must I ask you to please refrain from smoking in the kitchen of all places? Zadrada waves off Panmonica's protestations, dropping ash onto the tile floor in the process. If you're headed to the mall, Piss Taker, I'd like you to pick some things up for me. Seriously? Yeah, wait right there. I made a list. Before you can object any further, Zadrada races off. I don't know how I feel about being everyone's errand boy. So what sort of boy would you rather be? Our pool boy, perhaps? Modius giggles. Oh, an affair with the pool boy. I like the sound of that. Oh dear, Modi is getting into it. Yes, well, sadly we don't have a pool. Oh. An investment for the future then. Just then Sajara bounds back into the kitchen with all the subtlety of an explosive. Aha! Here you are. Now be a good boy and fetch me what I need. The demon presents to you a crumpled up piece of paper stained with marinara sauce and bearing an official looking letterhead from some sort of real estate office. You squint your eyes at the scribbles, trying to make out exactly what has been written. The longer you stare, however, the more your head begins to hurt. How the hell am I supposed to read this? And where did you get this paper from? It looks business stationery. That's not important. Can you get this stuff for me? Once I figure out what it says, sure. Hand over. Let me see. Panamaka studies the paper with Modia speaking over his shoulder. For hell's sake, Zajara, I can hardly tell if these letters are supposed to be... let's see... Grecian or Anakian. Yeah, you really need to brush up on your moral penmanship. Oh, for crying out loud, can you get the stuff or not, shit-taker? Yeah, sure you can, if you want to get put on some sort of FBA watch list, of course. This list is undoubtedly the ingredients for some sort of explosive bioweapon. Ah, he'll be fine. Just don't buy everything at the same place and use cash. I don't see what the issue is here. Come on, Taker. Let me stick in the mud. Is one little list really too much for you? You purse your lips and stuff the list into your pocket. Fine, I'll get the stuff on your list. But you better not ask me for anything else for a while. Got it? Sweet. You'll need to lay low after you buy that stuff anyway, Taker. Strahd claps you on the back and departs. What about your list, Panamonica? Oh, I've already emailed it to you. Check your phone. Don't worry, it's legible. And legal. Thanks. Well, I'm off. I'll see you guys soon. Farewell. You start to head up to your room to gather things, but a tug at your elbow stops you in your tracks. Taker? Yes, Modius? Before you go, I wanted to ask. Is this about, our date? You smile up at the demon on the head affectionately. You'll see. Just be patient. I got some ideas. Blushing, Modius nods and scampers off. Panamonica, initially pretending as though she hadn't been eavesdropping on your interaction, smiles knowingly in your direction before escaping as well with a fresh cup of coffee. Without further ado, you snag your shoes and keys from your room and make your way down to the mall. On the way, your thoughts return to Modius' confession. More than ever, you hope this idea of yours pans out. But first, there's something you need to get. The searcher which has brought you to the mall and, more specifically, a dress shop, Gallons of Rapso. There are kind of associate manages to piece together disjointed thoughts and non-specific ramblings into something that you hope Modius will love. She even offers to wrap it for you. You leave the shop feeling altogether more confident now that your idea is becoming a reality. Before you can go home, however, you must complete the list thrust upon you by Zajara and Panamonica. Fortunately, you managed to complete both without raising too much suspicion. Afterward, you load everything into your car and head home to find Moni sitting impatiently in the living room. She jumps to your feet as soon as you walk in. I knew you said to wait and be patient. I just had to know what it is that you plan to do, Taker. So please... Hey, what's that? She nods at the long box tucked under your arm. Is that for me? Mm-hmm. Can I open it now? Well... Our date isn't for another hour or so. You look into Modius's expectant gaze and grin. But I suppose I can let you have a sneak peek of what's to come. Here. Modius takes the box from you and without much pomp and circumstance rips the wrapping off of it. Before long she's got the box in shambles on the ground, is holding in her hands a beautiful black dress, amply adorned with glitter and sequins. Her eyes grow wide as she holds it aloft. Do you want to try it on? Without thinking, the demon nods fiercely and strips right there in the living room. Moments later, Modius is standing before you, admiring the dress as it hugs her body. What do you think? Does it fit well? Taker. Wow, Modius. Oops. Modius looks quite nice. Look at her. Very sparkly. It's amazing. And it fits perfectly. But why? What's this for? Oh, you'll see. No more waiting. You chuckle. Alright, I suppose it'll be okay if we were a little early. Let me just get changed and then we can go, alright? Go where? Taker, don't walk away from me. Where are you going? Before Modius can catch you, you disappear into your room and emerge some time later dressed in a sharp red suit with a black buttoned shirt that matches Modius' new dress. Wow. You look great. Ready to go? In response, Modius sidles up next to you and loops around yours. Together you make your way to the car and pull off. You still haven't told me where we're going. Like I said, you'll see. Fine. You smile to yourself as you drive into the downtown area. At the corner of your eye, you can see Modius trying to suss out her whereabouts using familiar landmarks. Thinking that you'll keep the mystery up a little longer, you decide to make a couple of unnecessary turns and take a more roundabout way to get to your destination. At long last, however, you pull into the parking lot before a solid brick building. The sign out front reads, Tatiana's International Tango Studio. Right away, Modius reads the sign and gasps. Is this it? It is. We're going to learn the tango? We are. Modius grabs her arm and squeezes. Can't tell at first if she's excited, apprehensive, or both. Are you ready? At this, Modius turns to you and you can see behind her eyes an expression of boundless elation. She nods furiously. I love it. I was hoping you might. I thought learning to do the tango together might toe the line between romance and sensuality just enough that lets you step out of your comfort zone at your own leisure. And who knows, we might end up being amazing at it. Anyway, we should head inside. I took the scenic route to get here, so our lesson should be starting soon. Needing no further prompting, Modius bounds out of the car and seizes you by the arm on your way into the studio. Once inside, you're approached by a lithe, sharply dressed woman. Welcome, I am Tatiana, and you must be my next appointment. That we are. Excellent. The woman stomps her feet and claps twice in the air in a flourish. Now, if you'll just follow me. As Tatiana leads the way further to steal, you feel Moi's grip your arm tighter than ever. Afraid that this is a signal for a demon getting cold feet, you look back only to be met with a pair of heart-shaped eyes staring intently back at you. Is everything okay? Yes. I'm just nervous. Nervous? Why's that? You did all this for me. What if it doesn't work? If it doesn't work, we'll try something else. But for now, don't worry about it, okay? Even if you don't continue this in the future, let's just have fun with it today. Alright? Oh, okay. With that, we would head into the dance room. Tatiana hands you both a pair of dance shoes and leads you out onto the floor where you are surrounded by large wall-to-wall mirrors on two sides. Let us begin. First things first, allow me to introduce you to the 4 principal moves in dance from all steps are based. And once you and Mortis are enraptured with the lesson. Wow. That is very pretty. To begin with, Tatiana shows you the absolute basics, which is to be expected for a couple of beginners, of course. Taker looks quite dashing in that red and black suit. However, things progress quickly into something more advanced when it becomes clear that Mortis is, much to your surprise, an absolute natural. The demon masters each new step with ease, contort your body with level poise and flexibility only seen in masters of their craft. Both you and the instructor are left completely awestruck by the display. Miss, are you absolutely certain that you never had any lessons before? Not at all. Why do you ask? Though the instructor scratches his head in disbelief, she has no choice but to shrug and proceed with the lesson. No reason. You and Mortis breeze through a 2-hour session in the blink of an eye. By the end, you're exhausted in ways you can't even believe. Your calves ache and your arms feel like jello. Mortis, meanwhile, looks better than ever. As a matter of fact, she's absolutely glowing. You've never seen her smile so much before. She even pouts when the instructor announces the end of your lesson. With heavy hearts, you both bid farewell to Tatiana and start your journey home. Next to you in the car, Mortis is fidgeting happily. I take it you enjoyed yourself? Mm-hmm. I've never done dance before. And the Tango is so... In a fit of ecstasy, the demon shudders. Sensual. I'm glad to hear that. Maybe we can go back next week. Yes, please. I like that very much. Good. It seems like this is exactly what you needed. It is. But it's also so much more than just the dancing. It's knowing that you really listened. I don't think anyone has ever done that for me before. But you did. You heard what I had to say and you went out of your way to do something with everything I told you in mind. That's what means the most to me, Taker. That, more than anything, is what I needed. So, thank you. Really. You opened your mouth to reply, but as if voicing your gratitude was enough, Moonlight slips her hand in yours and laces your fingers together. Shocked, you turn to the demon for answers, but she's too busy staring at the opposite window to meet your gaze. Nevertheless, you spy a reddening into your cheeks. It seemed that you two still have a long way to go. But this moment, with her hand in yours, is a good step in the right direction. You're welcome, Modius.